Thank you.
All right. Gate was 204,600. The attendance was 2,020. Performance of the night bonuses go out to Roosevelt, Joseph Benavidez, Espino, and Usman.
Daniel, talk about Usman. I mean, he closed the show in pretty damn impressive fashion tonight. Can you talk about your impressions of what you thought of him tonight?
Yeah, I've been talking a lot of smack about him in his last several fights because I feel like he talks too much and doesn't do enough in the octagon. Well, he looked damn good tonight. Tonight he went in and delivered. He was punching harder in the 5th round than he was in the 1st round. Just that punching, kicking, wrestling, the whole thing was impressive. Especially, I have such a huge amount of respect for RDA. The guy's a stud. He said it himself. He's been here for 10 years. He's fought all the best. Every time RDA steps in there, it's incredible. So, yeah, Usman looked good tonight.
He wanted to earn a title shot with the performance. Do you feel like he's...
you tell me. I'd like to see him fight Woodley now after seeing that. Listen, Colby Covington pulled out of the fight, didn't defend his belt, this, that, the whole thing. I'm one of these guys, when I just see a fight like this, you know, I want to see Usman fight now. We'll see what happens, though.
So is there a possibility?
I'm not saying that's the case.
But are you saying it's possible? I mean, because we thought Woodley Covington was guaranteed.
Yeah, nothing's guaranteed in life, man. Nothing's guaranteed in life.
Is there an update on that? We're waiting on Woodley to get cleared, right? Do we have any update on his condition? Or
no. All these guys. Don't even get me going. Don't even get me going. So you want to get me going, but I don't want to get going.
Well, is he just not ready to fight, right? Or weird situation?
Which one?
Yeah.
Which one?
2 Ultimate Fighter winners tonight. Both very impressive performances from those. Did the heavyweight or the featherweight, did one of them impress you more than the other? What did you think of those 2 TUF winners?
They both looked awesome. You know, when you go in on the big stage like that and the stakes are the highest, you know, you go and you perform and you finish. It's impressive.
We know the gym's closed. You got the new facility coming up. But what's the future of the Ultimate Fighter? Is this the last Ultimate Fighter finale we're gonna have, or?
Nope. The Ultimate Fighter isn't going anywhere. We're gonna keep going. Yeah. You know, the design of the new, you know, facility that we're building has the Ultimate Fighter in mind too.
Okay. Do we know when a new season would be, or is it kind of just kind of wait and see right now?
Know. Yeah, we have the money for it, so. That's already done.
Is it part of the ESPN package or something else, or?
Yeah, it's part of the money that we have right now for content.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about Contenders too. This is a great night for Contenders winners as well. And can you tell us 2019? I mean, A, I guess kind of how happy you were to see the Contenders guys graduate, so to speak. But yeah. B, what the future is for 2019.
Again, to come in, you know, under pressure on the Contender, then come on, you know, into the UFC and fight like they did tonight. It's awesome, man. I look very forward to more Contenders. I know you guys feel the same way. I love that show. I could do that show every day for the rest of my life. I have a blast doing that show, so I'm looking forward to it.
How soon could we see it? I mean, you got to wait for the new facility to be done, right? So how soon can we, until we can do Contenders?
They're cranking over there already. The construction's killing it over there. These guys that are doing our construction, these are the same guys that built my house. They're good. So, yeah, hopefully they'll get it done as fast as they got my house done.
The last thing I want to ask you about tonight, Joseph Benavidez made a pretty impassioned plea for the flyweight division. I don't know if you got to see that, you know, after his performance. Can you help us out? I mean, it seems like it's kind of murky. What's going on? What's not going on? I mean, you do have a title fight coming up, but it sounds like the division maybe. Help us understand what's going on with flyweight.
Yeah, it is murky. It is murky right now. You know, obviously we still have fights going on. Cejudo is going to fight Dillashaw, and we'll just see how this thing plays out. You know, that division is a division that I battled for a very long time and defended and said, "Are you people crazy? Well, how do you not like these fights? How do you not like the champ?" But it never really stuck. It never really became a popular division. So even with such a dominant champion, you know what I mean? Even with an incredibly dominant champion, it didn't do it.
So is it safe to say it is going away at some point, or you're still kind of...
Anybody else ask questions here, or are you running this whole thing?
Oh, I'm kind of running it.
I'm just checking.
That was the last thing I had for tonight. But
yeah, no, you know, we'll see how this thing plays out. But there's guys, even if it goes away, guys like Benavidez and guys like that could move up a weight class too, because a lot of those guys cut a lot of weight.
When you say we'll see what happens, is this if Cejudo wins?
it keeps going, or if he loses?
No, there's no plan for anything right now. This fight's going to happen with Dillashaw and Cejudo, and then we'll see where we go from there.
Have you been surprised, and with ratings with the flyweight division of how they've gone?
What do you mean?
Do you think they'd be higher, bigger interest with Demetrius, with such a great champion?
Yeah, you would think so. You would think so, but it never happened. They never pulled ratings. They never pulled pay-per-views. It wasn't, wasn't what it should have been, in my opinion.
What do you think it was that kind of?
I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, to say that people who are true fight fans don't like smaller guys or don't like. I mean, Demetrius Johnson got to a point where he would literally go out and make himself finish people, and the guy was talented and everything else, but just never stuck.
How did that go down with Demetrius leaving and going to ONE FC? Was that?
It's good.
Tatum, we don't have FS1 back here, but I just want to ask you to clarify. I said on the post show that you said you want to see Khabib and Ferguson and Conor and Poirier. Is that?
No. So they said, what's going to happen? I said, nothing's going to happen until this thing it goes down with the Nevada State Athletic Commission. So, and they said, well, what do you see? Do you see the immediate rematch with Khabib? I said, no, but anything is possible. I could see Poirier, Conor, Tony. Tony deserves a shot at the title. So, who knows what's going to happen to Khabib or Conor? And this, who knows? If Khabib gets some huge suspension, these guys got to fight. You know what I mean? So, who knows? We literally can't make any plans until it's over.
So that was more you just kind of supposing like those would be great fights, but you're not saying they're arranged or that's definitely what's next or anything like that.
Right.
Cool. And last thing for me, I promise.
The commission hearing hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. The last thing
for me to even say anything is going to happen, who knows what these guys are going to get for suspensions? Yeah. If it was just a fine, that'd be one thing. They're definitely getting suspended. I mean, I can't see a scenario where they don't get suspended, so I can't do anything.
What about Anderson Silva? He was saying in Brazil that if he wins, he's gonna fight for the belt.
Right.
Is that true?
It's true.
How was the negotiation to set up this deal?
No, I haven't seen him in a while. I flew out to Los Angeles and we sat down and talked. Told him I wanted the Israel Adesanya fight, and he says, I'm just coming back. How does that make sense for me? I said, it makes sense for you because if you win, I'll give you the title shot. He said, now you're talking, buddy. I like the way you're thinking. And I love that. I love that Anderson Silva wants to come back and fight Israel for a title shot. It's beautiful.
Did he ask for other names? Did you offer other names? Or?
No, once I told him it was for the title, we had a fight.
Dan, I just want to ask about Sage Northcutt. He signed with one championship night. Can you just help explain the logic there? Because, I mean, I get, why some people, he's a young guy, popular, marketable.
No, but there's obviously a ton of logic to it. But at the end of the day, I like Sage Northcutt very much. There's something wrong with you if you don't like Sage Northcutt. Yeah. He's the nicest kid in the world. So I don't want. I know that when I just did the podcast, it came off like I said, he's young, he's this. There's a lot of reasons. Now you guys all know me. When I usually release somebody, I'm usually right. All right. And I don't want to badmouth the kid. I don't want to even sound like I'm badmouthing the kid. I love the kid. I wish him the best, and it's just. And we didn't cut him.
He just fought
I saw things. His contract was over, so we let him go.
I mean, was he just asking for ridiculous money?
It's not even about that. It was the right move. It was the right move for me, and I know it was the right move for him.
Danny, you said earlier you have no idea what's going to happen with Conor and Khabib, which makes sense because that's an independent government body with the state athletic commission. But those are two of your bigger stars. I mean, are you concerned? Are you like 2009?
Listen, I have a job to do. I got to make fights, no matter who's here and who's not. I have to make fights, so I will continue to make the suspensions are, and then when the suspensions are laid down, I will still continue to make fights until they come back.
What is the worst case scenario in your mind? What is the worst that you could ever expect?
I can't see them giving Khabib over a year.
But you think a year is the worst case?
I hope so. If it's over a year, come on, man. That would be not be fair. Whole thing was over in 40 seconds. Nobody got touched. Nobody got hurt. Nothing happened. You know. So yeah. I think that they have to. I think that the commission has to send a message, and you know, and I hope it's not over a year. But I don't think it would be fair.
Any other questions?
Thanks,
John
Dan.
Morgan?
I'm good.